Well, we're at the top of the hour. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Marjorie Sherman, and I'm the National Group Sales Manager with Classic Vacations. Many of you know me from my Friday groups workshops, and many of you have joined us for our Learning Lounge and our recent 3-day virtual product showcase. And you can see that Classic Vacations is changing it up. We are trying not to bring you just another webinar or just another Zoom call. We want to bring you something a little different. So today we are featuring a virtual bridal consultation, Playa style, starring two of our friends from Playa Resorts. You will meet Amanda with Chase Travel, played by Playa Resorts BDM from Toronto, Amanda Morris.
Hi, everybody.
And her special customer and destination wedding bride-to-be, Michelle of Michelle and Mike, played by Playa Resorts BDM from Chicago, Michelle Payette.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, let's begin. I think as Amanda gets into character, we're ready to begin. Hello, Amanda. I understand you have a new bride-to-be looking to get married in paradise.
I do, Marjorie, I do.
Our group specialists are ready when you are. Are you comfortable with our custom proposal tool as you work with your bride in deciding on the perfect destination and perfect Playa property for your special event? Plus,
absolutely, we're ready. I'm excited to show her that to her.
Awesome. Plus, how are you doing with our custom group website tool?
It's an amazing tool. She's going to love it.
Awesome. Once you have met with your bride and narrowed down their choices, just fill out our online group request form and we will connect you with your group specialist to work with you on proposals to assist you in everything you need to close that sale.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Marjorie.
I'm looking forward to talking to you on our next call.
Me too. Thanks a lot. All right, everybody, I have a new consultation with a brand new bride that I just met at a show recently. So she should be calling me any minute. I'm so excited you guys can join me. She doesn't know you're with me though. So, oh, I think that's her. Hi, hello, Michelle.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, it's Amanda from Chase Travel. Thank you so much for calling today. How are you?
I'm so excited. I've got my Zoom background, all newly engaged. So I am just so excited to hear everything that you get to pitch to me.
Well, perfect. And I know we talked a little bit at the show. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at some of those brochures I gave you. And we're going to go through, I know we talked about some of my favorite properties at the show, which were some of those Playa resorts. Now, remember, I told you at the show that you probably haven't heard of Playa, your friends haven't heard of Playa, but don't worry. There's so many incredible properties under that portfolio. So I know we looked at the Hyatts at the show, the Sanctuary, Cap Cana, the Hilton Resort. So I know you're really looking at luxury, right? Is that still the same? You're looking for that 5-star experience for you and your guests?
Yeah, definitely. The other ones were lovely, but I definitely, those Hyatt and Hiltons were up our alley.
Okay, perfect. So we're not going to talk about Panama Jack today or any of our non-5-star properties, but let's get started. Now, before we jump in, you're okay with all 3 destinations, right? We've got Mexico, Jamaica, Dominican Republic.
As long as it has a beach, I'm ready to go.
Okay, well, then we're all set. So what I want to talk about first, and I know, when we were briefly talking, I told you how much I loved these properties, and these were some of the reasons why, but I just wanted to dig in a little bit deeper on that. So with Playa properties, one of my favorite things is that even though there's different brands, like, the Hyatts, the Hiltons, the Sanctuary, they really are consistent. So it makes it so much easier because they're really put a big focus on these main 4 areas. They actually call them their pillars. So food and beverage, I think you said that was one of the most important things to you, right?
I mean, I'm not much of a foodie, but my fiance definitely is. So that is something he really wants.
Awesome. I remember you saying that about Mike. And I think we talked about that microbrewery at Ziva Cancun. He's going to love that.
We have some beer snobs coming along. So they were really interested in that microbrewery.
Perfect. Well, we're going to look at that property, but with the food and beverage, you know, again, it's such a great experience no matter what property you go to, because there's so many unique dining options. You don't have to make reservations for any of the a la carte. You have room service included in all suite categories, top shelf liquor. And again, if there's anybody with any food sensitivities, do you have anybody that has any allergies traveling with you?
We do. One of my bridesmaids actually has a celiac, so she's gluten-free pretty seriously.
Okay, perfect. So not to worry, once we get everybody booked, you just let me know who that person is, or if anybody else ends up being on the list. And then I'll just send a note down to the property and they will take excellent care of them.
Perfect.
Again, another thing we're going to find is no matter what property we look at, you're going to see the locations are amazing. You love a beach, you're going to get a great beach no matter which property you pick. Close to the airport, or at least really convenient transfer to the airport, and lots to do both on property and off. And then accommodations, this is really important. We're going to dive a little bit deeper as we go today, but just know that no matter what property you pick, all of the rooms are gorgeous. So it is really important to try to, you know, narrow down the right rooms for your guests, but have peace of mind knowing any room that they book is going to be a really beautiful room. Okay. And then my very favorite thing is the service. So I know this is why I love Playa so much and why I brag about them, is because I have such confidence when I send my groups down that they're going to be really well taken care of. The staff are amazing. So I can't wait to send them.
Yeah, you told me about the little gesture. I came home and told people about that. That's really special.
Yes, it really is service from the heart. I always say you can have great food, you can have, you know, a really pretty property, a nice beach, but if the service isn't good, then really none of those things matter. So okay, so first we're going to start off with our Hyatt. So Hyatts are their 5-star brand. You know, again, everything we're looking at is 5-star, but it is a true reflection of those Hyatts all over the world, which all of your guests 100% know of. There are the Hyatt Zilaras, which are the adults only properties. So this would be if anybody's 18 years old or higher. Now, do you know if you're going to have any families yet, or if it will be adults?
Still up in the air right now. We do have some people who want to bring children, so I'm looking to explore both options right now.
Okay, well, not to worry. They've got adults only and they have all ages. So for the adults only properties, they are in Cancun, they're in Rose Hall, which is in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and in Cap Cana, Dominican Republic. And then they have all ages properties, also Cancun, Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta, Montego Bay, Jamaica, and then Cap Cana. So we're going to look at all of those. So just a little fun way to remember in case, you know, after we hang up, you don't remember which one was which. I always like to say the little name for the little kids. So Ziva, the little name for the little ones. So they're allowed to say, okay?
I will remember that.
Yes. So again, remember all those main 4 selling features we talked about: food and beverage, amazing location, service. Also remember Wi-Fi is included at all of these properties. So definitely.
So if they don't bring the kids, easy to get a hold of them, email, text back home. Got it.
Exactly. And you know what? You guys are going to want to be bragging about your vacation and, you know, sharing with everybody that couldn't come. So definitely. Now, I want to just show you a very quick video here, and you'll get a really good idea of what the Hyatt is.
I just saw about 10 different places I want to get married at. So
well, perfect. And we're going to look at those each a little bit deeper now. I get goosebumps when I watch that. It's so exciting. So we're going to start off, Michelle, with the newest Playa properties. And these are the new Hyatts in Cap Cana. Now, have you been to Cap Cana? Have you heard of Cap Cana before?
no.
Okay, so Cap Cana is actually right in the Punta Cana, well, not in the Punta Cana area. You fly into Punta Cana, and it's this fairly new gated community about 15 minutes from the airport. They actually call it the Beverly Hills of the Caribbean. Now, yeah, right? Don't you want to get married in Beverly Hills of the Caribbean? It's beautiful.
Who doesn't?
Right? So these two properties are very unique because they actually built these from the ground up. Playa has never built a property from the ground up. So they really took all of their favorite things and things that they wish they could do at other properties and made them reality here. So you can see they're side by side. The Zilara is on the left-hand side and the Ziva is on the right-hand side. Now, what I personally love about this, especially right now, Michelle, because you don't know if you're going to have kids coming with you or not, here you kind of have the best of both worlds, because if you're over the age of 18, you actually have full exchange privileges of both properties. So if you're staying on the Ziva, maybe you want to book the whole group into the Ziva side, but all the adults want to go over and hang out, put the kids in the kids club, everybody spend all their time over on the Zilara side, they absolutely can.
Okay, I like that feature.
Yes. Now, and they're really nice sizes. They're only 375 rooms each, and they might look bigger than that, but it's actually because all of the rooms face the inside of the property. So what I love about that is that the views are gorgeous, no matter what room category you're in. So you don't really have to worry too much about that. Now, of course, with sharing privileges, that means double the restaurants, double the bars and lounges, double the pools, and you can see the beach is gorgeous.
My God, amazing.
Isn't it so pretty? It's so wide. And what I love about it too is that it's actually really calm water. So if you do end up having any little ones coming, it's really calm and swimmable and shallow for quite a ways out. So it's really, really safe. It's a beautiful, beautiful property. So I just want to show you some of the rooms. How does that look?
I love it. So is that a suite, or what kind of is that?
It is a swim up suite, but it's actually a swim up junior suite. So this is actually what all of the rooms look like until you get into a 1-bedroom. So you don't have to worry, again, if your guests are booking into a resort view, which is one of the entry level rooms, or an ocean front, all of the rooms look the exact same. So you don't have to worry. No one's feelings are going to be hurt. They're all gorgeous.
The least expensive room category, this is what the inside looks like.
Absolutely.
Oh, yep. Really nice. Okay, great.
And also with a Hyatt, your bedding is guaranteed. So, if you want to make sure that you and Mike have a king bed, we can arrange that. If you have a family coming in the Ziva property, we can, make sure everybody's in the right bedding configuration that they need. So now I will say, Michelle, swim up suites are always the first to go. So, it's definitely okay to put requests on for things, but I always say book the rooms that you want. You can't, rely on upgrades or, making changes last minute. We'll work as we get closer to and really try to make sure we get the right rooms we need booked. Now, this is a room over on the Ziva side. What do you think of that one?
Oh, I like it. Totally different decor.
It is. So this is the family property. And you can see here, I showed you one of the double accommodations, but this is actually 2 queen size beds. And what's even better is that is a pull-out sofa as well. So when that sofa pulls out, you actually have 3 queen size beds in all of their junior suites. So there's lots of room for your families, and it will accommodate families of 5. So I don't know if you have any families of 5, but they'll sleep very
well. And honestly, they were nervous about being able for accommodations that they were really going to have to upgrade and spend a lot of money to get a suite or something. So they will love this.
Exactly. And this is one of the reasons why I love this property for families. It makes it so much easier for everybody. And look at that. I had to share that. This is a gorgeous water park. It's such a big water park. I think there's like 8 or 9 water slides, a lazy river. So you just grab those inner tubes and float around. And there's actually a smaller water area for the little ones as well. So it's for both properties, it's shared. And, there is lifeguards all over. So, keeping their eyes on the little ones. But of course, it is up to guests to make sure they're taking care of their kids. But what a fun facility to have on property for everybody.
Yeah, I love it. And that's part of the all-inclusive as well?
Absolutely. No additional fees for the water park. So Michelle, I really am just going through the properties and showing you a couple photos. And then once we narrow it down, we can, dive a little deeper and look at more pictures. But here are some venues. So now I know when we were at the show, you talked about, you hadn't really decided yet if you wanted that barefoot ceremony, a chapel, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so I've looked through some of the pictures you sent me. I definitely think ceremony wise, I want to do it on the beach with the feet in the sand, with the waves in the background. And then for the reception, like that bottom left picture, I like something like that where we could wear our high heels, but there's still a gorgeous view. So that's where my mind's at right now.
Perfect. Well, you're definitely going to see some properties that's going to work for. And I love the rooftop venues because it's very private, so you don't have to worry. And also I wanted to let you know they do have bridal suites at most of these properties too. So I love the idea of renting out the bridal suites. You can, have your girls down there, get ready, do your hair, makeup, and everything right in the bridal suite, have some champagne. So what a great way to start your day.
Fun.
Now we're going to move over to Jamaica and take a look at the Hyatts there. Now, these ones similarly are side by side. Now, the exchange privileges are a little bit different here because the Ziva side does have a lot more facilities. There's more restaurants over there. It is important to know that if you're wanting to do an adult-only group, you definitely can on the Zilara side, but the wedding locations are all on the Ziva side. So they're quite private. You don't have to worry, about the kids club being next to the wedding gazebo or anything like that. They're very private, but just wanted to make sure you knew that in advance. Okay. So if you are staying here on the Ziva side in the all ages, you're able to go over to Zilara after 6 p.m. So you can enjoy dinner, entertainment, but the adults on the Zilara side are able to come over to Ziva anytime they want. So use all the restaurants and facilities. Location, you can't beat. You're only 15 minutes from the Montego Bay Airport. So again, I really love that, especially if you only have guests that can maybe come in for, a couple nights. It's really maximize their time there. And then let's just take a look at some of the rooms. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is a room in our Zilara, the adults only property. I love the colors. Now this is actually what an entry level room would be. So if you have some guests that are just looking for the least expensive option, this is the room that they would have.
Okay. Yeah, and it's lovely. My first thought was for those bigger families, like there's no way they could fit in there. So does this resort have options for those bigger families, or you want more room?
Yeah, absolutely they do. So what I actually did is I put in a room in the Ziva side to show you. Now these 1-bedroom suites are available on both the Ziva and the Zilara side. So you do have the option of this for both. And these 1-bedrooms come with butler service as well. So definitely a treat. And then again, some really great wedding venues. Now they've got that gorgeous terrace on the top right-hand side. And then you can see that rooftop terrace on the bottom right as well, Michelle, with those beautiful views in the background. So I think you could really get away with, both your beach and rooftop vision here at these two properties as well.
Yeah, gorgeous. I love that top right. It's very like Jamaican feeling. Like I can tell that's Jamaica.
I was actually on vacation here with my family, and my daughter saw a bride walking down the stairs, and she it caught her breath and she thought it was Cinderella.
Oh, I want to be Cinderella.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to move over to Cancun, Michelle. We do have quite a few properties to look at today. Now this is the Ziva Cancun. Have you been to Cancun before?
Do you know it has been like 20 years? Spring break is the last time I've been to Cancun.
Okay, so I'm sure a lot has changed since you were there last. It's definitely still a super fun vibe, but I feel like Cancun has really changed over the years. It definitely has more to offer that, more mature, sophisticated guest as well, with great dining, entertainment, things to do. And this property is phenomenal. I've actually had a number of wedding couples here at the Ziva Cancun. Look at the location. You're right on the tip of Punta Cancun. So you're surrounded by ocean on 3 sides. Some amazing dining options, 17 restaurants and lounges here at the Hyatt Ziva Cancun. And this is where that microbrewery is I was telling you about.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes, and for the beach lovers, there's 2 beaches at the Ziva Cancun. So the beach right down here that you're seeing is actually a really calm beach. So it's great, again, if you do have any families joining you, because it's swimmable. It's calm waters. You don't have to worry about the big waves. However, if there's anybody that loves the big waves, On the opposite side of those three buildings is that really beautiful wide stretch of beach. And if you actually just look, you can see it takes you right down that full strip of Cancun. So if you're a beach walker, I don't know if you like to walk the beach.
I am. And when I first saw this, I love that beach in front, but because it looks private, but I do like to walk on the beach. So as long as I can walk to the other side, that looks like I could go for miles.
Oh, you can. I have not made it even close. You definitely can. So it's got both options.
Okay, best of both worlds. Love that.
Yes. Now we'll look at some rooms here. Now, Michelle, I know you mentioned maybe wanting a larger suite. So I thought I would show you the Club Oceanfront Master. Now remember the rooms, like I said, even an entry-level room is a beautiful room. It's the same style and decor, but this is just one of the larger options. And there's a lot of large options at this property: 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, corner suites. So this is a really great one.
Love it.
Now, I also want to talk about Turquoise. Now, Turquoise is actually an adults-only property within the Hyatt Ziva Cancun. So I circled it here for you on the picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, this is a VIP experience only for adults. You're in oceanfront rooms, so the views are gorgeous, and you have full access to all of the facilities of the Hyatt Ziva Cancun. You also have your own private rooftop lounge. It's called Punta Vista. It's got a cool bar, terrace with lounge furniture, a beautiful infinity pool. So you have exclusive access to that. But everything else of the property is part of the Hyatt Ziva Cancun.
Okay, yeah, that's great, actually. We do have some people that are coming that I know are going to want to leave their kids at home and want to treat this like a full vacation. So if I can guarantee they can be in a room, not worried about kids screaming in the room next to them in the morning, they will love that.
Yes, it's definitely a great option. And I think it's something, if you look at this property, that you and Mike should consider as well, because it does come with butler service. And I think you need that.
I think I need that too.
Yes, and these are what the rooms look like. So they're gorgeous. They all have those 2-seat jacuzzi tubs. And then I wanted to include the swim up here because I know you were interested in potentially looking at that. And in Turquoise, there's actually 9 infinity swim ups. So you can see they're actually on the 2nd floor overlooking the beach and the ocean. So they're beautiful views.
Beautiful.
And then some gorgeous venues. I personally love the Lighthouse venue on the top right. That's a new venue for them at the Ziva Cancun, and it's so pretty.
Oh yeah, I've seen that lighthouse in a million pictures. I think it was there 20 years ago when I was there.
Exactly. All right, so now we're just going to go a couple minutes down the road to the Zilara Cancun. So remember, this is their adults only property, and look at that. It's only 310 rooms. What I love about this property is it is an adults only resort, and it feels like you're in this small, intimate, romantic even resort, and you're right in the heart of Cancun. So you really have the best of both worlds. Now
I like looking at the size of this because all being in one building, I'm assuming for like a group, it's really easy to find everybody then. Like
exactly.
It's meet up. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And they've got a big, beautiful open lobby area. Again, even airport transfers, you're 20 minutes from the airport. So it's super convenient for everybody. And wait till you see the rooms. Look at the views, Michelle.
So
again, they're all ocean view. So, you know, it is important. Your least expensive rooms, you know, they're going to be considered partial ocean view because you might have a palm tree in front of you. But I mean, you saw that last picture. No matter where you look, you're going to see the ocean.
And I love that because I do have some people who are going to be on a more limited budget, but I still would love them to have a view. So this looks really great for that.
Yes, and all the rooms look the same. So very similar. It doesn't matter. It's just your view that's going to change until you get into those larger suites. But they all have the 2-seat jacuzzi tubs. They all have hammocks out on the balconies and terraces. And then they have, I wanted to include the Magic Box because they've got something here that's so cool. Remember I mentioned all of these properties we talk about have room service included. Mm-hmm. Now, this one, if you don't want anybody to actually come into your room and bring your room service, then you just actually, when you order, they're going to bring it to this box. It's a box right beside your door of your suite. They're going to open the door, put your dishes in there, close it, and they're going to ring a bell. So you know that it's there. And then you have a door on the inside that you just collect your food from. And when you're done with your dishes, you just put it back in there. I love it.
How fun is that? Yeah, especially for breakfast when you're still in your robe. I always feel weird opening the door. I love that. Okay, very cool. I've never heard of that.
Exactly. It's really great feature and some beautiful venues. Now, Michelle, I don't think we talked about the type of ceremony you're going to be having. Are you planning on having a religious ceremony at all?
We are Catholic, and we looked into it, but Mike's divorced, so we can't. So we're going to do the beach option. But okay. I love that was an option to have that oceanfront Catholic wedding.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you looked at the brochure because it is gorgeous. It's Our Lady of Guadalupe Chapel. It's the only one like it in the area. So, but they definitely have some beautiful venues for you on the beach and the gazebo, lots of options. So now we're going to go to the west coast of Mexico at the Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos. Isn't that gorgeous? Have you been to Cabo?
No, but I love like the mountains. This is where the arch or whatever you say.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it is Los Cabos that you're going to find that famous arch, but it's actually in a different area than this property. This property is in an area called San Jose del Cabo. So what I love about that is it's the first property from the airport. So it's really convenient. It's only 20 minutes from the airport. Okay. But if you do want to go and see the arch or do any, of the bar hopping or, lots of great shopping and nightlife, Cabo San Lucas is where that is. And that's only about a 20 to 30 minute drive. So it's really convenient that you and your guests can still do that. Now, I know you said that you're a beach walker, Michelle. So I'm actually glad that we're looking at this property because the beach here is so much different than what it is in Cabo San Lucas. It's a really soft sand here in San Jose. So it's really great for walking. Over 80% of rooms at the Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos are ocean view. Nice. Dining options. You see that 16 restaurants and lounges available here. There's so many options. And what I love as well is there's the left hand side of the property. In the middle, you're going to see in a moment, they've got an adult only pool area. And then on the right side behind that building is where the kids club is. So they're completely separate, which is great for those that aren't traveling with kids. And really great pools, heated pools in the winter, because it can be a little bit chillier on the west coast of Mexico. And there are some gorgeous suites.
Now, Amanda, about that beach, those waves look crazy. So is this on one of those swimmable beaches or not? I know most is not.
Yes, you know what? I'm so glad that you asked that. It actually isn't recommended for swimming. There's a very strong undertow in Cabo. However, there is a swimmable beach if you wanted to do a day trip. It's only about 5-10 minutes away, so it's really close. But again, I'm a big beach person, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel the first time I went here. I think because the way the pool is laid out, and I'll show back, the pool runs parallel to the beach and you see the ocean and you hear it and the sand's right there. And it really didn't bother me at all. I loved it, but there is definitely a swimmable beach close by. And some gorgeous wedding venues. And Michelle, that photo on the bottom left is around that adults only pool. It's so quiet back there. I love the idea of having a reception in that area.
Okay, that's fun.
Really pretty. And then our last Hyatt property is our Hyatt Ziva Puerto Vallarta. It is stunning. Look at that. Beautiful.
It almost looks like, it looks like Hawaii almost.
People say that all the time, and it actually kind of feels like that when you're there. It is one of my favorite spots in all of Mexico. And what's really great about this property is you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. There's no other resorts around you. There's no other buildings. You're only like not even 10 minutes from downtown. It's a 5-minute drive from the Malecon and the boardwalks and the shopping, but you don't hear or see any of that. You really feel like you're nestled in your own little piece of paradise. And this property has its own beach. So it doesn't share the beach with any other resorts. It's blocked off by cliffs on both sides, which actually creates some really beautiful wedding photos as well. And really close to the airport. And best-selling feature is everything is ocean view. All the restaurants, the rooms.
And on this side, you get the sunsets or sunrises?
Sunsets. Now, are you thinking of a sunset ceremony or reception?
I would love that.
It's definitely popular here at this property because they're gorgeous.
Okay.
And another thing to know, both this property and Cabo, is if you're going there during the winter months, so basically November till March, April, is when the whales actually migrate through both of those areas. So it's very common to see whales right from properties. You don't even have to go out on one of those whale watching excursions if you don't want to. And again, some really beautiful rooms here. Now, I just going to pop back for one quick second, Michelle, because there's two different types of accommodations. On the left building is the main tower. So that's where you're going to find your ocean views, your resort views, your ocean fronts. But when you go to the building on the right, this is what I have in mind for you, is one of the club level rooms. Much more spacious. They have club level amenities, and we haven't really talked about that yet, but if you look at one of these Hyatts, all of them have club level services. So private check-in, private concierge, you already have your room service included, but you're going to have a lounge with food and drinks available, location. So there's a ton of great selling features for those club level rooms as well. And look at you.
Yeah, and I love, so that's Swim Up. I've seen this a couple times now, and I think that's such a fun room category. And like kids would love that. So can kids go in that room?
No. Unfortunately, the as much fun as that would be for kids, we really have to make sure, you know, that the kids are safe. So Playa implemented a policy that you do have to be 13 years of age or older to book into one of the kids clubs. So
okay, that makes sense.
Your adults are going to love it. And some beautiful venues. Look at that. Look at that sunset. I can picture you and Mike on that rooftop, Michelle.
I can picture that actually with the sunset. And then if you could guarantee like a whale breaching right at that time too, then I'd be sold.
Well, Playa's pretty amazing, so they just might be able to do that for you. All right. So what do you think of the Hyatts? Good so far?
So good. So good. I have a couple that are in my forefront, but we'll see about the rest.
Okay, perfect. So now we're going to look at the Hiltons, and I think you're going to be really impressed. Now, there are two adults only and two all ages. The adults are in Playa del Carmen and La Romana, and then they have all ages in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and then La Romana. So we're going to look at two of them today, three of them today. Let's start with the video again. The video really give you a good feel of what the properties are like. And get a glimpse of some of their actual benefits. I get more and more excited for you guys.
I know. Amanda, these videos have been awesome. And I would love to share them with Mike. Is there a way I can get a copy? Are these shareable?
100%. I will send them to you. So don't worry about that. All right. I am going to show you one of my very favorites. I know I love these properties, all of them, but this one I think is really going to be perfect for you guys. So this is the Hilton La Romana. It's actually two. So there's the Hilton La Romana Adults, which is in the blue circle, and then Hilton La Romana All Ages is in pink. So it is, again, shared. So if you're over the age of 18, you can go back and forth, use all the restaurants, and there are so many dining options. Now, Michelle, have you been to La Romana? Have you heard of La Romana?
I haven't, unfortunately.
I'm glad you haven't, because then it's going to be, you know, likely your guests haven't either. And it's going to be a little treat. It is such a hidden treasure, in my opinion. So here you can fly into La Romana, which is, of course, an area of the Dominican Republic, but not as many flights go in there. So it's probably going to be more likely that I'll be booking your guests and you guys into Punta Cana. And it's only a 45-minute transfer from the Punta Cana airport here. So I just think of the groups traveling to Cervezas, and you're going to be on property from the airport. Nice and close and fun. But what I really love about it is because so many people have been to the Dominican, they've been to Punta Cana, they've maybe been to, you know, Puerto Plata or maybe even Cap Cana, but this is an area that is so untouched and so lush and so beautiful. And I think most of your guests have probably never been here. So it'll be a new unique.
No, definitely. And that beach and that water looks gorgeous. We used to dive, but now I love to snorkel, and that water looks very snorkelable.
It is very snorkelable, and that's what I was going to tell you next. You can actually rent out you don't have to rent, it's free, but you can check out all the snorkeling equipment and snorkel right off property. And I know you said you don't dive anymore, but if anybody does dive, there are so many dive sites in this area. So La Romana is actually located on a cove on the Caribbean Sea. So it's very, very common. It's actually one of the top Caribbean dive locations. So anytime any properties from around the area come for diving excursions, they actually come right to the right of the property. And this is by Ajibe Beach. This is where all of those excursions come from. So it's so convenient for anybody staying here at the Hilton La Romana.
Okay, that's great to know. I know some people do dive and maybe don't want to leave their resort. So I'll just tell them there's a place right they can do so right on site. Very cool.
Exactly. And then one of the greatest selling features for me when I'm talking to my couples about those beautiful wedding photos is that there is no seaweed on these beaches. So if you want that crystal clear water, of course, Mother Nature has a mind of her own. We can't control what she does, but it's been years, I've been told, since this beach has been affected by any type of seaweed or sargassum. So you don't have to worry about that.
Well, that's huge. Like I said, I want to have that ceremony on the beach. So if I don't have to worry about that, that's one less thing to stress about. So exactly. I love that.
Yes. And very calm waters. They don't share the property with any other, or the beach with any other properties. So it's really great. So let's take a look at these resorts. You can see size wise, they're great. I love that they're low rise as well and have that beautiful but lush vegetation. Now I went ahead and put in some of the larger suites because I thought that that was going to be your preference. So this is one of the 1-bedrooms that are in the family section. Really beautiful, lots of space. And then this is one of the 1-bedrooms on the adult side of the property. So, sorry, I got those reversed. This is the family side. And look at those views.
Oh my God, the views are incredible.
Yeah, they're really great. So lots of space for everybody. And here, there is also a water park. So I wanted to save that to the end. It is shared from both properties. So whether you're on the adult resort or the family resort, you can come and use these facilities. Same thing, lazy river, water slides, so much for everybody to do. And look at those venues. I honestly think this is my very favorite wedding property. If I had to pick just one, I think, Michelle, for you guys, they have so many beautiful private locations that are away from the main beach area, away from the main pool area, beautiful gardens, gazebos. I'm definitely going to send you a lot more on this one, because this is really what I think is going to be perfect for you.
Well, see, now I'm all confused because I know I said I loved the rooftop, but that top right picture out on the beach with all those lights looks pretty incredible.
Beautiful. Well, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. And then our Hilton Playa del Carmen. So this is a really great one as well. Now this would be just if your group is adults only, okay? Now this one is right in Playa del Carmen. So you're 1 block from 5th Avenue. Now I do want to say, if you do have a couple families, and we can dive deeper into this a little bit later, but if you do have a couple families, but maybe just 1 or 2, Playa does have one of those Panama Jack resorts that we talked about right across the street. And you could actually bring the kids over here for the wedding and the reception, as long as everything you do is private. So it is something just to keep in the back of your mind if most of the group is adults and you've got 1 or 2 families. Okay, now this property is a very popular one. I don't know if, have you ever heard of the Royal Playa del Carmen?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, so it was a really popular property. Playa partnered with Hilton, changed the name to Hilton Playa del Carmen. And then in 2019, they completely renovated this resort from top to bottom. So everything is brand new.
Like rooms, everything, or?
Yes, exactly. So not just a fresh coat of paint and some new linens, they gutted it. New rooms, new restaurants, new lobby, everything. And look at the rooms. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, that's actually a junior suite swim up oceanfront. So again, I'm putting in the swim ups there because I know you really like those. And they all have the 2-seat jacuzzi tubs as well.
Okay, so this is again like a standard room. This is what the inside would look like.
Absolutely. This is, yeah, the least expensive room that your guest would have. It would just be the exact same room, but with a garden view.
Oh my God, they did a great job with those rooms. I love the decor.
They did. And again, remember all of those selling features, the Wi-Fi, the room service, gourmet coffee shops, and look at those venues. Look at that rooftop, Michelle.
Yep. See, now I'm back to the rooftop.
You. So many options. Okay, and now I did want to quickly talk about this. I don't know if you've put any thought into your bachelorette party yet, but this is a brand new program that Hilton Playa del Carmen just put together. And this is just a few examples if you wanted to go down and do your bachelorette. Now you could go down on a completely separate trip, or you could even implement some of these fun things, you know, a couple days before the wedding, you know, with your girls. So you can have salsa or Zumba lessons, morning yoga. And then they've also got all sorts of fun gear that you guys can get as well, hats and t-shirts and things like that. So I wanted to make sure you knew that was available. And of course, I'm sure any of the properties that we look at can put together for you as well. The teams are amazing.
Okay, cool. I will for sure keep that in mind.
Yes, and they do bachelor parties too. So let Mike know you're not going to be having all the fun without him. All right. And now we're just going to look at, we have 2 more properties, Michelle. Are you okay for time?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So Jewel Grand, we're back in Jamaica at this gorgeous property. Now this one we would actually, I would say is over 5 stars. So they say 5-star plus for Jewel Grand. So it's actually above those other ones we've seen. And you really feel like it. I remember the first time I pulled in here, I felt like I was right out of the show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. It is gorgeous. Now, I know that you said maybe, I think you mentioned this, that maybe your parents were wanting to host an event in their suite.
Yeah, just like a little welcome party, like open house style, somewhere that they could just, you know, people come and just say hi and then go, you know, once they check in. So they have something like that available here?
Perfect. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking for you. Now, there are a number of suites here that would work. There's 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and they all have their own living room, their own dining room, and they actually have kitchens. Now, it's a 24-hour room service, full all-inclusive resort. So the kitchens are really only there because this property was built to be a condo. So you don't have to worry about that. But if your parents did want to host something in their suite, they can actually have a chef come to their suite and prepare food and things like that in the suite as well. So I want to just show you one particular room category that I think would be great for you guys. But before I do, I just want to remind you where the location is. So you can see to the right of the property, that's actually the Hyatts that we looked at already. So we're in the Rose Hall area. So only 15 minutes from the airport. 2 amazing golf courses. Do you golf, Michelle?
We are big golfers, actually, all of our friends and family. So we were even thinking if there was a golf course near, we wanted to do like a little bridal tournament or something like that. And I know Jamaica has amazing golf courses.
It does, and that's why I asked, because we do get a lot of my couples want to do golfing when they're down there. So there's actually 2 great courses, White Witch and Cinnamon Hill. They're only 5 minutes, within 5 minutes, not even, from the property. And you have access to that from either of the resorts that we looked at. So I want to now look at that room I was telling you about. I should say the villa I was thinking of for you. Now, you see in the blue circle there, they have these beautiful 3-story, 3-bedroom villas. So it would be amazing for you guys. Now, it could be something that your parents might want to. I don't know if you have any siblings. You guys, you know, I'm not sure you and Mike would want to share a villa with your family, but or maybe a group of friends want together. They could accommodate 7 in one of the villas. So there's lots of room, and they can have that private event if you wanted to have it in here. Private plunge pool, beautiful. And they have oceanfront villas, and they also have garden villas as well.
Yeah, no, those would be the oceanfront. Those are incredible views.
Exactly. If you've come all that way, go all the way, right? All right, now we're gonna look at the Sanctuary Cap Cana. This is the last property we're gonna look at, Michelle, and it is stunning. Now, of course, this is an adults only property, so it may not work if you are gonna have, let me just pop for a second. It might not work for your families because it has to be adults only, but when you watch this video, I want you to also keep it in mind as a potential honeymoon option. You know, if you pick another property in the Dominican, you might want to pop over here for a few days afterwards, or maybe you want to take a trip to before or your anniversary. Maybe it would work for that too. So watch the video. You're going to fall in love.
Those villas, and there's a castle. Did I see a castle?
Yes, we're going to look at that in just a second. So this property is only 15 minutes from the airport, again in that Cap Cana area. So it's actually just down the road from those Hyatts we looked at, but very unique. Again, it is adults only. It's very upscale, very luxurious, great dining options, a beautiful spa, and look at that beach. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah. So is that the entire beach right there?
No, I'm so glad you asked, because this is its own little private beach, which I think is great because the staff can really pamper you. It's only about 200 meters in length and it's so soft, but I'm going to show you another photo where you'll see a path that takes you right to the public Cap Cana beach. So I know you like to walk the beach, Michelle, and you can definitely do that here as well. So let's take a look. There's actually a few different personalities or areas of the property. The first one being, there's that castle you talked about. Isn't that gorgeous?
It is. Now, is that just for looks or is something in the castle?
Yeah, that is actually one of the rooms on the left is one of the Castle 1 bedroom suites. So that is right in the castle. It's actually the only property in Mexico or the Caribbean that has a castle. So it's very unique. And right below the water there is where that path is I was telling you about that takes you right to the public beach.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so it's really convenient. Lots of rooms. And in the center of the castle where you can see that open area, that's actually that beautiful spa.
Gorgeous.
And then we have villas. So I just picture you guys here, or maybe your parents. This is our royalty villa. Living room, bedroom are separate, that gorgeous terrace with the pool. And there's actually stairs that walk you right down to the beach from this royalty villa as well.
Yeah, this is me.
Yeah. And then we have the colonial section. So here in the colonial section, this is a beachfront junior suite. So this is one of the more entry level. It's not the least expensive room, but like I said, the least expensive rooms look almost identical to these. Actually, it's just the location and they're gorgeous. And then some beautiful venues. So again, if this one doesn't work for the wedding, let's definitely keep it in mind for a honeymoon or maybe an anniversary.
This definitely is going to be something.
Okay, good. So Michelle, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the wedding packages because I am going to send this all over to you, but I did want to look at it with you just to let you know that no matter what property you pick, the wedding packages are all the same. So Playa made it really, really simple by creating these packages that have all of the most requested items couples ask for, but no means does that mean it's cookie cutter. So their teams are incredible and they can customize your wedding, you know, to whatever you envision. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I like that it's consistent because it's a lot to take in. And so just to keep the packages simple is awesome. I just want to ask about, I know I've had friends who have done destination weddings and they said like you could earn a complimentary or a free wedding. Is that something? Or?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So I can go into that into further detail with you, but you can. It just depends on making sure that we book the right room categories, and then also that your group is booked for a certain amount of room nights that are going to be required. And then also it's during the time of day. Now you mentioned possibly doing a sunset. So if you want to have that free wedding, you would just have to make sure that we book a ceremony that's between Monday and Wednesday and in the morning. So it would have to be between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. on those dates, but definitely doable, and we can look into that for you.
Okay.
And while we're talking about that, I also just wanted to let you know, we really, again, need to figure out the size of the group. Do you have any idea how many people you're planning on inviting?
Well, we're inviting about 150 people, and I'm pretty sure everybody is going to come. So.
Wow, that would be amazing. Now, I do want to be very realistic. I've been doing this a really long time. This is my 20th year in the industry, Michelle. So it would be great if all 150 people came, but from my experience, it's usually about 50% are going to come. So hopefully you're lucky. I don't want to, burst your bubble because they may all come. But I think it's really important that we, try to be realistic. Something that happens is the people that you think are going to come can't come for one reason. It might be work. It might be, they can't find a sitter for the kids and they don't want to bring them, or lots of different reasons. And then truthfully, I find a lot of people that, couples will invite just because they feel that they have to. Those are the ones that are going to come. So yeah, so we'll look together. I suggest you and Mike really, look at your list and, maybe put some feelers out to your guests and get a good idea of what those numbers are going to look like. But what's great is that they definitely have the opportunity to offer some free nights as well. So depending on how big your group is, you may offer, get some free rooms. We work with Classic Vacations. They're amazing and they have some really great comps to offer. So, if you maybe have a couple that maybe financially aren't able to come, you could offer one of them these free rooms. Maybe it's someone from your family. So just something to consider, or again, just keep it for yourself, and that wedding might cost more than you thought, and you can save some money that way. Does that all make sense?
Yep, got it.
Okay, perfect. Michelle, do you mind holding for just a quick second?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
No problem.
Great travel agents, it's Amanda again from Playa. Michelle's on hold. I just wanted to make sure you guys know where to find the wedding packages, okay? So hopefully you're all part of the Agent Cash program. So if you are, just log in, click on groups and weddings, and then under destination weddings, you're going to find all of the wedding packages right there. They're PDFs, you can download them, you can send them off, and it's great. It's really user-friendly, okay? I'll be back. Hi, Michelle. So sorry about that. Are you?
Oh, no worries. I was just texting Mike like everything that we're talking about. He's obviously super excited. He was asking, is there can we go see these places or?
Yes, perfect. That's what I was going to say. Yes, Playa actually has big day previews. So any of the properties that we looked at, you can go down. It's $500 for any of the properties that we looked at. And that's going to give you 2 nights for both of you. So you get to go down, meet the on-site team, look at the venues. They can set up appointments with vendors. So it's a really great opportunity. And then if you come back and you book it, then we can get that credit applied. Based on the size of your group, you should hit the minimum spend requirement to get that $500 credited. And if you did book it anyways and then decide closer to you want to go down, you can actually do it after you've booked the wedding as well. So it doesn't have to be before.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think we would for sure do that.
Oh, right. Well, I know that you've taken up a lot of your time. So I do just want to show you 2 really great tools that I'm going to send to you. And then we can, narrow it down and go from there. So the first one I want to send you, let me just grab it here, is the custom proposal. If I can get my mouse to work. Oh, here we go. Can you see that custom proposal, Michelle?
I can't.
You can't. Okay, just a second here. I know why, and I'm going to show it to you now. Here we go. All right, can you see it now?
It says your wedding style.
Perfect. So what I'm going to send you right now is this proposal with some of the pictures, or sorry, some of the properties we looked at. I can add more properties. So shoot me an email when we're done. Let me know if you want me to add any other ones. And then what you can actually do, and again, this is a great tool because I work really closely with Classic Vacations, and they have this really great tool that we can use. So I'm going to send it to you. When you look at the property, you can just click on View Hotel Details, and you're going to see everything that you need about that property. So lots of great information on the destination, resort itself, and I'm going to skim up here, and you can see a bunch more photos too, because I know we really only looked at a couple photos.
This is perfect. Okay, I love having this all in one email. Very cool, very simple.
Perfect. Okay, and then I also want to show you, once we pick the wedding date, we're going to create a custom wedding website for you. Now, can you see my screen now, Michelle?
Yep, I can. Yep, our wedding in paradise.
Yay. Okay, so this is what I'm going to create for you. Again, this is a tool that Classic Vacations has. It's amazing. We're going to put all of your wedding information in here, and this is what you can actually send to all of your guests. Oh, there's the photo of you and Mike.
Oh, there we are.
I bet you were wondering why I asked you for that, huh? So again, it's going to give your all of your guests all the information on the property you picked, the rooms that we secure so they know what options are available, and then of course the booking process. They can actually book right on here. My contact information is down there for you. And yeah, they can do all the booking up here for you. So you don't really have to, worry about communicating back and forth with your guests. I'll have access to this, so I'll be able to see everything. So up here, it'll say book this trip.
Okay. Yeah, that's great because I know I have some people who are very like tech savvy and they think they can do everything on their own. So this way they could just use this link and book it, but it's still gonna be part of my group, right?
Exactly. Yep. So everything's there. And once we create this, Michelle, you and I can walk through it, but it's such a great tool that will have all the information for your guests.
Love it. And one less thing for me to worry about.
Exactly. All right, Michelle. Well, I think that's everything from me for now. So you guys talk. Let me know if there's any other properties that you want me to add to that list. I'll get them sent over to you and we'll go from there.
Okay, this is amazing, Amanda. This is why we use you. Thank you so much. We are so excited and I will be in touch soon.
You're welcome. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, have a good day. Thank you.
All right, guys, it's Amanda from Playa again. Real quick, I know we're only have a couple minutes left and I think that went really well. I just want to make sure you guys are all wedding specialists already. So when you are logged in, if you're not already a Playa specialist, log into the site, Agent Cash Plus, and you're going to click on Groups and Weddings and then Wedding Specialist Program, okay? It's super easy. It's just a form that you're going to fill out. And basically what it is a contract between us at Playa and you, agreeing to the 10% commission that you're going to earn on all of your wedding packages you book with us. So you get 10% commission on Jamaica and Dominican for the packages and any additional guests, not including taxes and service fees. So for any of the weddings that you book for Mexico, you're going to earn 10% commission on not only the package and the additional guests, but all of the enhancements. So dance floor, bouquet, fireworks, the entire wedding, of course, not including taxes and service fees. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so to actually book the wedding date, you're just going to, again, log into Agent Cash, Groups and Weddings, and then click on Destination Weddings. And you're going to see all of the wedding calendars. You're going to have to scroll down a tiny little bit and you're going to see all the brands and the wedding calendars. So click on the wedding calendar of the brand that you're looking for, and you're going to pick the property from the drop-down menu. So here we've picked Cap Cana, pick whatever date it is that they want, and then you're going to go in and fill out the information. It's really, really easy. You want to make sure you click the section that asks if you're a travel agent working with a travel agent, because that's where you're going to put in your IATA, your agency information, and that is going to link you to that particular wedding, okay? And then again, your commission is going to come to you 30 days after travel. Now, this is a really great tool that you're going to be able to create for the couple as well, because while you're filling out that information, there's going to be a section that you create a login and password for the couple. And once you have that, they have full access to this, this portal, which is really great. They can shop on there. They can add, you know, the package. They can add the flowers. They can add dance floor, any items that we offer. Right here, you're going to be able to add, and it really helps them also manage their budget. They might have this great idea and get on there and it's either gone over budget and maybe they need to remove the saxophone player, or maybe they finish off and they have extra money and they can add, you know, the mariachi band, for example, or upgrade the flowers. It's a really, really great tool that they're able to use. And they can actually make payments for their wedding right here on a secure site. So they can go on, maybe they want to pay something off every month, so it's not one big bill at the end. Maybe they want to share the cart with their parents. Maybe the parents want to pay for, you know, the package. They can share the cart, make payments, but whoever they share it with aren't going to be able to make any changes to the cart as well. So it's really user friendly. And there's so many great tools in here. Great communication between the wedding team on property as well as the bride and groom. So really good. Now, I also just want to make sure you guys know the benefits of the Agent Cash program. It is a great resource for marketing materials, for learning, all sorts of things in there. It really is great for you as well to earn extra bonuses, earn points that you can redeem for cash on a reloadable Visa card or for points to come and stay with us. And that's what we really want you to do. So it's really great. Make sure you're enrolled. For groups, this is really where you're going to benefit from it because it's so easy to rack up those points. And there's a really great tool that you can fill out and get all of those rooms registered as well. And with groups, you can register up to 50 rooms now. Again, that's a huge opportunity to earn all sorts of points. It's a great way for us to be able to have your business, to see you know, who's supporting us and recognize you for that and celebrate with you for that. So again, make sure you're taking advantage of the Agent Cash program. And lastly, just want to make sure, Michelle, do you want to pop in and introduce the team, the US team?
Yep, I'm back here. So that's me, Michelle. So I cover everything in the green. I'm based in Wisconsin. Jermaine Humphrey is based in Chicago and covers everything in the yellow as well as the West Coast yellow. Allison Farrell's in the Northeast area, everything in the pink. And then Randolph Tenike is everything in the blue. So that is covering everything in the US for you guys.
Perfect. And then in Canada, we've got our VP, Rose Cosentino, our amazing Freddie Marsh, Western Canada. I am sorry, we just had our third BDM come back on Monday, and I'm so embarrassed that I don't have his photo, and I know he's on the line. Christian Roussin, who covers Quebec and Ottawa and Atlantic Canada, is also back on the team, and then, of course, myself covering Ontario. So that is our Canadian team, and I'm going to hand it back over to you, Marjorie. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Amanda and Michelle. This was truly an Academy Award winning performance. You were awesome. Thank you, everyone. We're just going to spend a little more time because I know there's some questions on. Chase just jumped in. Chase from Chase, the owner of Chase Travel, also played by our very own new business development manager, Chase. So Chase is gonna let us know. I know there was a lot of questions, so we'll stick around. Anybody who can stick around to listen to the answers, that would be great. We will send you a recording. Really appreciate the time you spent putting this together, Amanda, Michelle. It was truly amazing. We're ready to sell destination weddings Playa style for sure. So Chase, questions?
Yeah, great job, ladies. We do have a few questions. The videos that you played during the presentation, are we going to be able to send those out? Can travel agents share those on their social media?
Yes, absolutely. Those are brand new videos. Actually, you guys are the first ones ever seeing these videos. We had them created especially for this presentation. So absolutely, just reach out to your BDM and they'll be able to get those to you.
And we have many more videos as well. If you go to the website, Amanda was talking about, the agentcashplus.com, in that media library, we have hundreds of pictures, videos, everything that are fully accessible to you. You can use them on social, send them to your groups, anything that you'd like.
Okay, perfect. And as far as BDM coverage for Playa, who would handle Hawaii? I know that's kind of a outlier.
Yeah. So Jermaine Humphrey is handling the West Coast right now. So he is also going to be covering Hawaii.
Okay, awesome. And then you also presented that chart as well. Will we be able to send that out, or would you recommend going on the Agent Cash Plus site as well?
So I saw that question pop up. Amanda, that's the group comps chart.
Yep.
And actually, I do not believe that shows on agentcashplus.com.
No, and you know what? I think I would, to be honest, Michelle, I would recommend that it should show up in any of their group contracts with Classic, unless I'm incorrect, but any comps that are available, because it will vary depending on the time of year and the property. So I always say it's best to look at your contract, your group contract, and that will show you what they are. But if you want, you know, to get a better idea of season, then for sure you can reach out to your BDM and we can let you know.
Okay, great. We did get another question. So we have an advisor who has a young lady turning 50 this year, and to celebrate her birthday, she's wondering the best place to send her to. Would that be at Zilara, or would that be at the Hyatt Ziva?
Zilara. So Zilara would be the 18 or older adults only property. So any of those Zilaras, or if they want to do Sanctuary Cap Cana would be a great choice too. We do a lot of girls getaway groups there, but any of the adults only properties would be fantastic.
Just I thought Hilton Playa del Carmen would be good.
Yep.
They're all
Yep, Hilton Playa del Carmen's great if they want to get off site and go do some shopping on Fifth Ave. They can literally walk out our doors. So we have tons of options.
Great. So speaking of Hilton Playa del Carmen, great segue. If you have clients staying there, do they also have access to Panama Jack? I know we didn't talk much about that. But would they have cross access to that?
You know what, right now, any exchange privileges have just been suspended. So due to COVID. So right now the answer is no. You know, hopefully that will resume, but we're not sure when. So I would say, you know, if you come across that, to just reach out to your BDM and we can confirm for you at that time. But as of right now, unfortunately, there's not.
Okay, great. And then as far as COVID testing, are the Playa Resorts offering COVID testing on site? If so, which ones?
So all of our Playa Resorts are offering the COVID testing and doing it on site. I can speak at least for the US, Amanda. We are doing the one complimentary antigen test per person. So if there's 5 people in the room, they are all getting 1 free complimentary antigen tests. If they're in Mexico or Jamaica, they just need to be staying a minimum of 3 nights, which most people are. In Punta Cana, it does not matter how long they're staying. Then we also are offering something called our $29 extended stay protection. So all your guests 13 and older will be offered to purchase this upon check-in. And what that is if they opt in to pay for it, and it is optional, opt in and they did unfortunately test positive, we would cover their up to 14 days of quarantine. If they decided they did not want to purchase it, they just need to sign a waiver stating they declined the coverage. And then if they did test positive, they would be responsible for that 14-day quarantine at our distress rate. It's a no-brainer in my book.
Yeah, and actually all of that applies to Canada as well, except of course it's the PCR testing that we're including for our guests versus the antigen.
Okay, great. And then we had another question. Are all the venue photos available in any one place to use? As far as photos, would you recommend just going to your site, or do you have a specific place for destination weddings?
Yeah, that same thing, that agentcashplus.com under sales tools, and then our media library, it breaks it down really easy. It breaks it down by each resort. And then even when you filter for the resort, you can look by room category, general resort, restaurants and lounges, pools, all of that. And there, I mean, literally hundreds of pictures, probably thousands.
Okay, awesome. We have one last question, and Marjorie, you marked it that you'd like to answer that live as far as the...
I accidentally did it, but we should answer that. I think someone was confused on where, if you're booking through Classic, what Playa just went through is how you work with your customers on the perfect destination, on the perfect Playa resort. and how you work with them on their special wedding day. So Classic doesn't get involved in planning the wedding day. That's why Playa has all these amazing resources for you to work with them, or to bring your bride in or your wedding couple in to work on that special day. You will work with your contract and your room block and your groups with Classic. So Playa is an amazing, this is a great segue. Playa is an amazing partner with us. They were amazing through this past year. They just one of our very, very best partners. This gives me a good segue because we are launching a very special, something special on Classic Community. So those of you who are part of Classic Community, and Chase, if you could put into the question box or into the chat, I guess, on how to sign up for Classic Community. We're launching our learning guides. It's a new thing with Facebook. If you go into Classic Community, we're going to be launching our Groups a la carte Facebook learning guide today, right after this webinar. And you'll be able to see all the information about our Flex program. So Playa Resorts is also a great partner with Groups a la carte, in addition to one of our best partners in the groups arena. So I just want to thank you again, Amanda and Michelle, for doing an amazing job. Again, Academy Award winning for sure. And we will send out a recording and resources and all the information within the next week. And thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. Again, we just wanted to change it up, and Playa Resorts, you helped us do this. Thank you for sharing destination weddings, Playa style.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Marjorie. Thanks, Chase.